We're going to be taking a look at Descartes and his meditations. So if you're not familiar with this, I advise that you give it a read, Descartes' Meditations. I'll provide a link in the description, and let's get started. So who was Descartes? Descartes was a French philosopher. He was also a mathematician and a scientist. He mainly resided in the Dutch Republic for most of his life. Although, in his time, medieval philosophy was mainly concerned with the rationality of religion, Descartes was greatly concerned with epistemological issues such as the problem of radical skepticism. So I'm mainly going to give the most important points of Meditation 1 and 2. So, in Meditation 1, Descartes sets up a model of his epistemic theory. The first thing he has is what is called a firm foundation. This includes indubitable beliefs, which absolute certainty is required, and beliefs have to be about real things, things that exist in the external world. So, there are degrees of belief. There's doxastic belief, where some subject S believes some proposition P. There's moral certainty, where S believes P beyond all reasonable doubt. This is the sort of courtroom standard. Then we have Descartes' requirement, which is absolute certainty, where S believes P beyond all possible doubt. This sort of model is called foundationalism. So, foundationalism is essentially a firm foundation of indubitable beliefs which are necessary. For from these beliefs, one can build other beliefs from this firm foundation. An example of this would be in geometry. We start with axioms, such as things equal to the same thing are equal to each other. In order to prove a perpendicular angles are equivalent. There are other models, such as coherentism, where no firm foundation is required. An example of such a model would be some belief A justifies belief B justifies belief C, and belief C justifies belief A. The second main point, it is an impossible task to ask if every single belief that you hold is absolutely certain. Instead, you should group together common beliefs, and if there's no possible doubt, then we can call this knowledge. So here we have the first doubt, the so-called sense doubt, which pretty much is senses are capable of being mistaken. Thus, any belief that is acquired by the senses are not indubitable, and thus not knowledge. An example of this would be any real optical illusion of your choice. Then we have the second doubt, so-called dream doubt. Vivid dreams are often mistaken as reality. Thus it is then possible that we all are sleeping right now as you watch this. There would be then no definitive way to determine if we are awake or dreaming. If you have a little trouble conceptualizing this, a more modern example of this sort of doubt would be that we are all in a computer simulation and there's no definitive way to determine if what we're experiencing is reality or virtual reality. The third doubt is the so-called evil genius doubt. And here Descartes takes a look at mathematical knowledge. He believes mathematical knowledge seems to escape the previous doubts. However, it is possible then that there exists a malevolent being who enjoys deceiving people. So although 1 plus 1 equals 2, it seems to be correct. And it is really the case that this evil being is deceiving you into feeling that it is correct when it is not. So, by the end of Meditation 1, we demolish all false opinions and are left knowing nothing. I'm going to give one real main point in Meditation 2. So, the main idea in Meditation 2 is that the first item of knowledge is Cogito ergo sum, which translates literally to I think, I am. Descartes' first item of knowledge is his existence. But be careful to notice, though, that it is not I think, therefore I am, which is important because Descartes is not offering any argument for this. So, Descartes' theory of knowledge. Let's run through some possible theories of knowledge. If we're going to ask the question, how is knowledge acquired? An empiricist would say all knowledge is acquired by the sense experience. A rationalist would say that some knowledge is acquired independent of the senses, and Descartes, of course, would be a rationalist. If we ask the question, does knowledge require absolute certainty? An infallibilist would say knowledge requires absolute certainty, which of course is Descartes' position. A fallibilist would say knowledge does not require absolute certainty. So, Descartes is a rational infallibilist. Why do things have to be infallible? Well, Descartes really doesn't give any argument for it. So, what is your theory of knowledge? Does knowledge require absolute certainty? To what degree do you agree or disagree with Descartes? Feel free to answer in the comments section along with any other questions or comments you may have. So, next time we'll be looking at the American philosopher Belsma and how he tries to tackle Descartes' evil genius doubt in his Descartes' Evil Genius. I recommend giving Descartes' Evil Genius a read beforehand just to have some familiarity, and I'll leave a link in the description for it. And if you found this video helpful, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe.